Let's talk about the fuel for our entire AI revolution, data. What if the whole system for getting it is, well, broken? Today, we're going to dig into a really radical new idea designed to fix it. It's called Codatta, and it's all about completely rewiring how we find, value, and use the high-quality data that advanced AI so desperately needs.
So, to really get our heads around this, we'll start by looking at the problem itself, the broken data economy. Then, we'll dive into Codatta's core solution, which is to start treating data like a compounding asset. From there, we'll see how that simple change rewires incentives for experts, builds a whole new infrastructure for trust, and ultimately transforms data from being just a cost into a seriously powerful asset.
All right, so let's get right into it. To understand why a new solution is even needed, we first have to get a really clear picture of the problem. Why is the way we get data right now under so much pressure?
And this is the central question, isn't it? On one hand, you've got AI models with a truly bottomless appetite for high-quality, specialized data. And on the other hand, the supply of that data is just hitting a massive wall. So what's causing this critical disconnect?
Well, the source material really points to three big issues here. First, actually getting data from real experts, doctors, lawyers, scientists, it's incredibly hard and slow. Second, like we just said, AI's demand isn't just big, it's always growing, always hungry for more. And third, the old way of doing things where you just pay for a piece of data one time, that economic model has completely broken down. It just doesn't work at the scale anymore.
So keeping that problem in mind, let's look at the huge shift that Codatta is proposing. And this isn't about some small tweak, it's about completely rethinking what data even is. Okay, so take a look at this comparison. It really tells the whole story. The old model, it's just a one-time transaction. You give some data, you get paid once, that's it. It basically encourages people to do quick, low-quality work. But in Codatta's model, data becomes an actual on-chain asset. Contributors get ongoing royalties as that data gets used, which totally changes the game. It aligns everyone with long-term value and, you guessed it, attracts real experts, not just people looking to make a quick buck.
So, this is the key idea, the compounding data asset. The best way to think about it is, it's less like selling a photo to a stock website once, and more like owning the master recording of a hit song. Every single time it's played or licensed or sampled in something new, the original creator, in this case the person who contributed the data, earns a royalty.
And this quote right here, it just nails the psychological shift. For a professional, this isn't about doing some random piecework anymore. It's about building a portfolio of digital assets that can generate value for them over time. It completely reframes why they'd want to contribute their hard-earned knowledge in the first place.
Okay, so we've got this powerful new type of asset. But if you're an AI developer, how do you actually use it? Let's get into the mechanics that make this whole system tick.
Codatta uses a train now, pay later system. And honestly, this is a game changer for developers. It means they can get their hands on top-tier data immediately without a huge upfront cost. They can just start building, start training their models right away. The payments only kick in and scale up once their model is actually out in the world, creating value. And that right there is the magic. This whole mechanism aligns everyone's incentives perfectly. AI companies don't waste money on data they don't end up using, and the data contributors get rewarded based on the actual, real-world usefulness of their work. Everybody wins when real value is created. Of course, a great economic model is one thing, but if the data is junk, none of this works. It all falls apart. So how does the system make sure the data is trustworthy? How does it verify expertise and keep the quality high?
Just look at this table. Instead of treating everyone like an anonymous face in a crowd, the Codatta system actually respects and preserves their professional identity. A lawyer's data contribution is tied to their verified credentials. A researcher's work is valued based on their publication history. This is huge because it attracts professionals who've spent years building their reputations and want that expertise to actually mean something.
And the verification process itself, it's intense. We're talking about a multi-layered gauntlet. It's not just about staking some crypto tokens and calling it a day. No. The data has to pass clear standards, it has to survive peer review, it undergoes deep audits by other experts, and it even gets re-verified after a model is deployed to make sure it's performing as expected in the real world.
So the bottom line is really simple. Tools like staking and reputation, they're important. They help fund and prioritize all this quality checking work, but they never, ever replace it. The entire system is built on one core foundation. The quality of the data is absolutely non-negotiable.
All right, let's put all the pieces together and look at the final part of this puzzle, the economic impact. How does this massive shift actually change the way a company thinks about data?
The engine behind all of this is something they call ownership pricing. All that really means is that the revenue flows directly to the contributors based on the actual impact their data had on a model's success. It's not some black box or an arbitrary fee set by a platform. It's transparent, and it's tied directly to value creation.
And this slide really drives home the organizational shift. Traditionally, data is a cost center. You pay to get it, you pay to store it, and you worry about the legal liability. But in the Codatta model, it becomes a compounding asset. It actually generates revenue, it appreciates in value the more it's used, and it becomes a core piece of a company's intellectual property.
Now let's watch how all these pieces lock together to create this amazing virtuous cycle. It all starts right here. Because data is treated as a shared valuable asset, it acts like a magnet, attracting real, high-level expertise. And that influx of expertise leads directly to the next step. The overall quality of the data just skyrockets. You're not getting data from random, anonymous crowds anymore. You're getting it from people at the very top of their fields.
Which, of course, leads to a simple economic reality. Higher quality, expert-verified data is just plain more valuable. AI companies are eager to pay a premium for it because it leads to better, more reliable models for them.
And this is the final crucial link that closes the loop and makes the whole engine turn. Those higher valuations and royalties from successful models get fed right back into the system. This creates even stronger incentives for more experts to join and for the existing ones to keep curating their data. It's not a static thing, it's a self-reinforcing engine where quality drives value and that value drives even more quality.
So we end up right back where we started, but with a much clearer picture. And this really powerful question. We've just walked through a model designed to fix the broken data economy by aligning incentives, valuing real expertise, and demanding quality. It really makes you wonder, what new frontiers can we possibly unlock when data finally starts working for the very people who create it?